to go.
Good evening, everyone. We are here. We're just waiting a tad moment. It says the live video has ended.
What?
And make sure it's...
No, it's going.
No, it's not.
What? Oh, what? Why did it go?
Kick off everything else,
No, that's not the problem.
because now, oh, it says sharing your own video.
Everything else is live and it's fine.
Well, I can't...
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna redo it, don't worry. I don't know why it did that. Sometimes those don't work very well. Okay. Oh, it's me.
Can you tell me when we're live?
We'll see it when we're live. It's not gonna be in the same event. Don't worry.
Can you delete that one after we get started?
Yeah. Calm down. This takes time. Don't get me started.
I
It's
just
not our
care
fault.
more about this.
It's not our fault.
It's fine. Can you delete this old one? Okay. Okay.
I heard you once. We're live. We should be good.
I see it.
Yeah, let's just hold on a second though. Let's
Okay.
just wait.
Hey guys, we are here. We're just getting set up. Facebook kicked us off the last live video, so just making sure all of our technical things are working.
We're still fine. It's just I have to do a couple things. Hi viewers, we're still here. We're just trying to figure out a couple of issues here. Our first event somehow preemptively ended after 34 seconds. We're not really sure why, so I'm just trying to fix it.
Hi Yvonne, your package is on the way. We mailed it off the day after you posted it. See that you're here. We can't wait for you to start coloring in our first volume.
I'm not sure why that one ended so quickly. Just gonna delete from page.
This one's still going strong.
Yep, good.
You good?
Yeah, this one's fine. You can
Okay.
you can move the sign down.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We have a few things we want to share. Oops. All right. Let me know if I need to move over. I can see myself better this time. Oops. Just set that over there.
I'll let you say a few words. I need to edit a couple of things here while you do that.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about our technical difficulties starting out. We're still getting used to our Facebook Live. This is our second real long Facebook Live, so thanks for bearing with us. So today we are going to do a coloring book drawing from our volume 2. We're going to color with a set of 24 Prismacolors. Before we get started, we wanted to, hi Brittany, I see that you've joined. We wanted to kind of give some shout outs, some thanks to everyone that showed up for our vintage market on Saturday and Sunday. Dima, Rochelle, and I had an absolute blast. We were overwhelmed by the amount of people that came out from Eagle River, all over the valley, and Anchorage just to get product from us. We really, really appreciate it. We had an absolute blast, and our brains just kind of kept thinking of more things that we can do thanks to you guys. So a couple shout outs. I gave some shout outs last week before the market, and there were a couple things I wanted you guys to see. I dropped one of them. So if you had the chance, hey Tom, hi Sarah, thanks for joining in. If you guys had the chance to come to the vintage market, I told you guys to check out Spunky Monkey candles just because we really like them, and they were our neighbors the first time in April at the Alaska Chicks Vintage Market, and I just absolutely love their candles. I like what they stand for. They repurpose a lot of like wine bottles, syrup bottles, mason jars, and they make everything, and it's a husband and wife team. And so I went up and stocked up on, actually they gave me this for donating a bunch of jars. So that was my little welcome gift on Saturday. My favorite scent, blueberry cheesecake. They're going to be at the fair this year. They're a new business, so they're super excited to get into the fair. They're going to be at the fair, and then they're also going to be at a market in Anchorage on, I believe, August 5th. So I stocked up on candles from Spunky Monkey. You can look them up on Facebook. They're absolutely amazing people, super kind. And then we went to Distressed Mermaid, which is located in Fairbanks. We got two, so I will tell you, Dima and I, we try to not go to markets that we're selling stuff at and like splurge and buy a ton of stuff. So we did really well. I bought candles, I bought some, I'll show you this milk paint I bought, and then we bought 2 end tables, and I'm going to awkwardly hold this up because we got 2 for $60, and I thought that was super awesome. Check out this awesome nightstand. Woo woo. It's like pop art. It's like lime green and cream with like outlines of black. Super awesome. So the Distressed Mermaid, they are located in Fairbanks. I didn't realize that until I started looking at more things. I probably would have bought something else. They're absolutely amazing. $60 for a pair of nightstands, so we didn't do so bad on splurging. And then Paula, I told you guys about. Paula was one that ran the entire vintage market. She did an outstanding job of organizing it. She is now, and her business is the Bubbling Brook Farmhouse. Bubbling Brook Farmhouse. Yes. She is now, I don't know what you'd say, vendor. She sells this, a dealer. That sounds a little inappropriate.
Yeah, dealer.
Dealer.
Yeah.
Of Sweet Pickins milk paint, and if you've never used milk paint before, I've used it once, and I love it because it's non-toxic, and you just add water. So I got curry. This is just a sample. It's 2 ounces. This one is curry, and this one is Sweetwater. So I don't know what I'm going to make with it. Tom, I like the lime green too. It's pretty awesome. Jamie, thanks for joining us. So these are just 2 ounces. They said that, and it was $6 for 2 ounces. They said this will paint a chair, an entire chair. I didn't ask the size of the chair. Or it will paint an end table. And so, I don't know. Give me some ideas of what... Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for joining in. give me ideas of what I should paint. I have no idea, but I was excited. So I got some. And if you guys saw our post last night, we are experimenting with wood burning. It smells pretty good. And I'm going to be making some, you probably can't see that very well, it's blurry.
It's blurry.
I'm going to be making some cute woodland ornaments out of splices of wood. And so I'm doing a little border. I'm thinking some little woodland creatures, maybe some mushrooms, hedgehogs, little sayings, cute little ribbon. We're going to sell those at the vintage market if we get in, or any winter market, and then kind of attach some twine. So that's what we're kind of experimenting with this week. If you haven't noticed, my wonderful husband, I love you, has put our shop up on Facebook. So rather than going to thecozymosey.com, you can purchase several things from our Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook Cozy Mosey and purchase, hey Mom, or Lindsay, you can purchase our volume 1 of our coloring book. You can purchase volume 2 of our coloring book. And then we have, I want to say 4 or 5 bundles of our postcards, kind of grouped together by theme. And then we also have our stickers available. So you can get our Happy Camper and our jar together as a set for $6. Or you can get our Salmon Girl and our Mermaid as a set on Facebook now. Just if you guys are interested, that's where you can get things from our shop. We don't have originals at the time for sale. I kind of want to restock before we, I guess, outwardly, I don't know what you'd say, promote all of our originals, because we're kind of dwindling down. We sold a lot at the vintage market. Thank you for your support. We have a huge announcement next week for our next item, but we're waiting. Dima is making me wait on the packaging to arrive before I show you guys. It's super, super awesome. So stay on the lookout for that. So let's see. Before we get started, we are going to be coloring an adorable darling today. I told you guys that I had this Prismacolor pencil sharpener coming. So I kind of wanted to give that a quick review, because I told you guys last week. And if you missed our video last week and you aren't interested, today I'm not going to go into as much depth in terms of all of our Prismacolor and the techniques. I'll kind of do a brief overview. I told you before that I use handheld pencil sharpeners. And so I was waiting for my Prismacolor pencil sharpener to arrive. And it did. And it works nicely. I want to say it was around $7. I kind of ordered it in a pack. And so it has a broad side and then a super sharp side if you want a nice point. For $7, like it cuts really nicely, but unfortunately, I don't know if you guys can see this flimsy lid. I know I'm going to break this after like one drawing, so I'm a little disappointed in that. And it's not going to, Liam's going to have to work overtime in emptying this. So we'll see how long it lasts. It works. It's really great in terms of sharpness, but I don't know. I was expecting, I guess, a little bit more.
Sturdier.
A little sturdier from Prismacolors. So today we are going to use our set of 24 that quite a few of you took advantage of at the market. You guys, go ahead and comment that you're here. I know some of you, thanks for joining in. Let me know if you have any questions along the way. We're going to have some questions for you, because I'm running out of good movies to watch, and I'd greatly appreciate some suggestions. But we're going to be using our set of 24, and then just because we're doing this adorable darling, our dessert darling, I did pull out a few more. Hey Carly, thanks for joining in. A few more pastels. Let's see, what else? On the way, I had someone comment after our video was posted about gel pens and if I ever use them. And I don't usually use them for drawing, but I ordered as many jelly roll pens as Amazon will allow in a set. So if you are someone that we're part of the group, the Cracked Crayon, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
On Facebook. And quite a few people have some good ideas or recommendations for pens. So I use some Jelly Roll pens. These are from Japan. When I lived in Japan as a wee lass, as a young girl, I know, that's a weird thing to say.
lass.
As a wee lass. These were my favorite ones. And if you've never been to Japan, they kick butt in the stationery department. And the quality, I haven't been in Japan for, I don't know, since I was in middle school. The quality for the Jelly Roll, they're called, they're Sakura, the Sakura brand, which is the same people that make my Microns that I use for all the inking of my darlings. They make these Jelly Roll pens. They make them in matte finishes. I ordered some that are glazed, so I'll do a review of those next week. These ones are Stardust, so they're super shimmery. And I also ordered some that are called Souffle, that are like 3D and gorgeous looking. So I ordered those. Hopefully they'll arrive before next week so I can give you guys recommendations on those. And then when I make mistakes with my ink and I don't plan on coloring over them, I use this white gel pen, kind of like a pen version of whiteout or for highlights. It's the Uniball Signo, and it's awesome. I got it off of Amazon. It's also Japanese, and I bought it in a pack of, I want to say 2 or 3. Really, really great. So, I'm trying to think if we have anything else to say. I think we can get started. Let me know if you have any questions. What's up?
Well, we watched a couple of movies.
We did watch a couple of movies. So I'm going to start with the desserts, and then we watched a couple of movies, and while we're working today, I have my tea. I'm giving up coffee this week because I'm having some weird, I don't know, ear issue. I don't know. I think I'm a stress case. So I'm giving up coffee. Today I'm sipping white chocolate peppermint tea. It's quite delicious.
And there she is.
It's really good. It's quite nice. Chivana. I got the like 50% off when all the Christmas stuff was on sale.
Should I focus back on you? Or?
No, it's okay. This is fine. So, since the market, I will tell you guys, we just had an absolute blast. And then I didn't really do much of anything until yesterday in terms of art. Like, I burnt wood. That's about it. And so, I need some suggestions for movies because I'm not feeling a series yet. And so we watched Housebound. Thanks to my siblings' recommendation. That was quite some time ago. I just want to preface it with, give us some good suspense. And then we watched No Escape, which was intense. I'm not even going to tell you guys about it. I wouldn't give Rochelle.
Owen Wilson.
It was amazing. But not for children. Like, our son was hiding in his tent fort eating Bunchables, which are Lunchables, yeah, while watching Curious George. So, give us some suggestions. But today, I am going to color this darling, and I'll tell you what colors I'm using. Once I get to her face, I'm going to have to turn around because I'm not good at shading faces upside down. Maybe I am. I just haven't tried it yet. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start coloring this cake chocolate. And I'm going to use dark brown Prismacolor as well as sienna brown. And again, this is all from the set of 24. And Tiffany asked a great question last week. She was talking about shading with colored pencils and how to shade odd shapes so that they look, I don't know, the transition of the gradients look good even if it's a odd shape. So I'm actually going to do something called scumbling, which I talked a little bit about last week, and that's where you do some small circles overlapping. And the reason I'm going to do that is it's a cake, and so I want it to look kind of soft and spongy. So I'm going to start with my dark brown and get in all the little crevices.
So Lindsay, or your mom, says stakeout and stakeout 2.
Alright, Mom. These are from the 80s, right? Rosie O'Donnell. Who else is in it? Charlie Sheen's brother. What's his name? Emilio Estevez.
Is that it?
Yes.
Stakeout and stakeout 2.
Yes. What else do you have, Mom? The Man Who Knew Too Little. That was her favorite movie ever for some time.
Something new, huh? Something a little newer. Tiffany Scott says, oh man, didn't get a notification, and she says hi.
Hi, Tiffany. Don't worry. We're saving all the good stuff right now. I just need some movie suggestions. We watched No Escape last week, and it was intense. I don't know. It took me a while to get over that. I was definitely thinking I would die. I would definitely die. But I do a lot of fighting. And we watched Housebound about a month ago. And I was watching something with this. I like New Zealand films, I'm realizing. So I want some suggestions along those lines. Some intense, you know, pee your pants movies, or just surprisingly wonderful. So again, right now I'm doing my dark brown, and I'm scumbling to give the cake some, I don't know, spongy texture. Then I'm going to layer my sienna brown over the top of this. Again, this darling, if you're just tuning in, this darling is part of our Volume 2 book. She's towards the end. We've had a really, really awesome week. We've sent places. We've sent some books and art to North Pole, Alaska this week, Minnesota, New York. New York. I'm pretty. That made my heart happy. So I can't wait to see what everyone does with the pieces they get or the coloring books they're receiving. And I've really appreciated, quite a few of you posted how you have your darlings hung up, either in your office or in your house. It's been really cool to see. Okay, just scumbling this. And I just press a little bit harder towards the edges. So of people that went to the market, did you guys score anything awesome? Any sweet pieces of furniture? I kind of wish we would have known about vintage markets when we bought our house and like lived in a couchless home for a while. Because we always see some really cool things, but then we'd have to like redo, I think, our entire house.
Oh, hey, thanks, Tiffany. Let me see if it's the focus or not. It might be the focus because it's so close. Yeah.
Is it blurry?
It's a little, yeah, it might be. Let me make sure it's all in focus.
It's just so steamy in here, that's what it is.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that much better? Yeah, I think that's a little better there, huh? We also don't have a very good internet connection, like compared to everywhere else in Alaska. Well, not everywhere else, but you know, like you go downtown Wasilla and everybody has like this super fast upload. Not here. We're by an airport and they don't have very good connections here. We're also on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, so you know, you could watch us there.
But then you can't comment. We won't know what you say, so it'll be kind of sad.
Well, I can, but...
Oh.
So Brittany says, The Little Prince, Water for Elephants. I honestly can't think of any other ones because Amelia just wants to watch Moana. I've seen that like 37 times. Yeah, we have movies that we've seen that many times too.
Which one's the worst one that we've seen?
You know...
Like, now I'm going over with the Sienna Brown.
As much as I like Toy Story, I really hate it now.
We watch that a lot. But with Toy Story, you have 3 movies, and I feel like and then Dima bought all of the shorts of Toy Story.
They can't be bought.
I know, I'm just kidding. I don't know what to say. He recorded them. Yeah. Anyway. So we got all of the shorts, and so then Liam, there's one called Small Fry, and it's only like 7 minutes long. Liam watched that probably 50 times in a row. But I am thankful for the bartering chip of, hey, let's watch Toy Story 2 or let's watch Toy Story 3 after we've seen Toy Story a million times. We only watched Moana, I want to say, one time. Brittany, I think Liam only likes 2 songs. One is 1, 2, 3, 4 by Feist, because me and my friend Sarah plus Dima had to sing it on the last day of school. So Liam got to hear us perform, or practice performing, because we had to perform in front of the entire school. So Liam loves that song, he knows that song. And then if you're friends with me on Facebook, Liam also loves this one song by, now I don't even know what they're by, but he calls it the Holda song. It's really called Hard Love. It's a Christian song. I want to say Christian rock. I guess Christian rock.
I think it's...
But he won't let us sing it. He just really likes it. And so I tried playing Moana, but he's not a musical kid. Like, I played Annie, the 1989 or 1990. He just cracked up. He was laughing when the kids were, you know, all the orphans. He was just cracking up when they were cleaning. So I don't know what that says about our child. But he's definitely not into musicals like I was. I was all about those Disney jams.
Lady Hawk. What about Lady Hawk?
Ooh, I've never heard of that.
And yeah, Tiffany, we got a desk lamp. I just got it on.
Is it good? Is it better? Okay.
Let us know if that's better or worse. Amelia doesn't let her sing either. She covers her mouth.
Yeah. Liam just gets it. He's like, no, it's my song.
She says she's not sure if she should be offended or not. Edward Scissorhands, of course.
Oh, man. I was just thinking about Edward Scissorhands.
Edward's
Scissorhands.
We also have like these movie ideas, like that would be like kind of B movies of like A-rated movies.
Okay, real quick. What color should I do the frosting? I'll give you 15 seconds while I'll do a leaf in the meantime. Any thoughts for the frosting? And the original I have like a lavender. Any ideas? Any ideas?
Pink, teal. Brittany says teal. Tiffany says pink. Jamie says pink.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is the teal will
Also,
be in there, and then I'll pink dripping down.
Liam is totally out. He's
like, sleeping?
Oh, Sarah says cranberry.
Ooh, that will be on top. I like all of these. Okay, I'm going to make sure it all gets in.
Yeah, Liam,
thanks to everyone for joining in, by the way.
He's like a drunk man.
So all I did for the cake was I used my dark brown and my sienna brown. I don't know if anyone's joining in coloring or if you want to watch first, that's totally fine. Quite a few of you bought this book, our volume 2, and I know quite a few people, I want to say like 10 or more people, took advantage of the bundle deal this weekend. So what I'm going to do for this drizzle,
It's last weekend, yeah.
It's last weekend, is I'm going to do red.
What day is it? It is Thursday.
It is Thursday. Oh, next week, let me know if you guys hate the idea, but we're going to do Watercolor Wednesday, next Wednesday. What do you guys think of that? I can show you some different techniques. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of lightly going on with the red, and then I'm going to burnish with the pink. If you remember from last week, burnishing means that I'm really layering that pigment so you won't be able to see any white of the paper.
We're really good at titling things after the days, so if like we say Wednesday, it'll be watercolor.
Toenail
Wednesday.
Tuesday. We're not going to do that. That's gross.
We can't paint toenails?
No, I don't like my toes. I like Liam's toes, but that'd just be, I don't know what backlash we'd get for that.
Painting his toes?
Yeah. For an hour? I don't know. Okay, and then I'm pressing really hard and scumbling in. And then I'll go back over to darken the drizzle. We're going to really make sure that during the school year, we're either doing a therapy Thursday or a watercolor Wednesday once school gets started. So we're trying to get into that routine now.
So Tiffany is enjoying her colors, the Prismacolors. It's got a small set, but it's a nice range. Carly loves her Prismacolors.
Oh yeah, Carly, I appreciated your review of them. I'm sorry your husband wasn't as excited as you, but I feel you, girl. It's like the best thing ever. It's like drawing with butter. I'm gonna do red in just like the lower areas where that drizzle thickens up. My students, one class in particular, makes fun of me because everything I say, like butter is my favorite adjective, and it's no longer a noun, becomes an adjective. Like LuLaRoe leggings, I'm pretty sure I have 50 pairs. They feel like butter. They're soft and buttery. Prismacolors are buttery. At one point I was doing bulletproof coffee, which you blend grass-fed butter in, so...
More butter.
More butter. So...
Paula Deen, butter.
Yeah. So I'm trying to lay off the... I do love butter, though. It is. It's my spirit animal.
If we could paint with butter, we would butter paint. Butter.
I really like butter. Okay. So there's a drizzle. What are we doing next? We're doing the teal piping in the center. And for the teal, we are going to use green and blue. I don't even know what we did this week. That's what scares me about going back to school. It's like I have to start thinking about days will no longer blur, you know?
Tiffany says butter-scented perfumes are also the best.
Really? Or is that a joke?
I don't know.
I might... butter-scented?
Butter-scented perfume. So, like, they infuse it with butter, or...
Tell me about that.
I mean, scent
Gonna
is...
scumble green first.
Scent is partially taste,
It
right?
is.
It was mostly taste, right? So, yeah, I guess putting butter in it would really just make you smell good. Smell, taste.
I like butter cake. I really like butter. It's pretty good.
Didn't we read about somebody that like had butter snacks? Just those
No,
individual
you
butter
were
snacks?
telling me about some person you knew. And then we started talking about Seinfeld, which is a great classic, when Kramer puts butter all over himself.
No, it wasn't a person I knew. It was something I read. It was like
I don't know about
my
that.
weird friend. or
Now I'm
something.
layering blue. I don't know about that, honey.
Yeah, Tiffany has a sugar cookie. It smells super buttery. It's amazing.
Ooh. And that's
Buttered
a perfume?
popcorn. Ah, the buttered popcorn would drive me nuts.
You don't like popcorn, though.
I know. It's going to drive me crazy.
Dima does not let me get popcorn from the theater.
It's bad for the intestines.
That's not why he won't let me. He won't let me because he says they throw it in a trash bag.
Yeah.
Even though it's like 10 a.m. and I see them popping it. He doesn't want me to get it.
No, everything that's left over.
I know that. But like they're starting it and I see it.
Your mom chimed in with, we should watch Hush.
Have we seen Hush?
I think she's downstairs looking through movies.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Hush. What's that about?
Is that about the deaf girl, Mom? I like suspenseful movies for... Those are like my
Were
favorite.
you about
right
to
now.
say you like suspenseful foods?
No.
Or food movies?
No.
Can there be a suspenseful food movie?
I don't think so. Chopped.
Chopped. But it's like, it's actually like you're the food, you know? Yeah.
I would say...
Your mom says yes, it's about a deaf girl.
Yeah, I was over when you guys watched it last month. I would say Silence of the Lambs was probably a suspenseful food movie. Right?
Huh?
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs? That's pretty suspenseful.
And he ate.
Does he eat them? No, he just takes their skin.
Nuh-uh.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He had somebody in the fridge?
No, they ate each other. Like they ate someone.
Silence of the Lambs?
Oh yeah.
No, that was Hannibal that ate people.
Whatever.
But he wasn't the actual guy. He
cooked them.
That's not yeah, well no he didn't. Well he did I guess. In one of them he cooked the brain
That's what I'm
piece, yeah.
and
but that's Hannibal, not In Silence of the Lambs, that they're going after Bill. What's his
I
name?
don't
Buffalo
know.
Bill.
I haven't known. I was just trying to.
You know, puts the lotion on the skin. I think butter would work better, though. Right?
Okay, what else have we seen? Oh, so we're on Netflix, and I was trying to find a good movie for Liam to watch. I'm trying to get him into all the oldies, you know, all the classics, I should say. So he watched The Borrowers. We did that. Then I found this movie. Thought it was going to be similar to like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids or Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. I'm going to do red and... Yeah, I'm going to do red and a touch of this.
And you're right.
Tuscan red.
You're right, Sarah. He does not want the hose again. No.
What?
It puts the lotion on
Oh.
the skin or it gets the hose. Yeah. Your mom says Race is another movie.
I haven't heard
Race.
of that one.
Is that the one about the,
It's a
Is it
Tuscan
about
red.
is it about a racer? I don't know.
Well, anyway, on Netflix, I thought it was Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. I thought it was same maker, you know. And I didn't really I wasn't paying attention. I don't even know what it's called, like, I Shrunk the Family.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But it's
And then I'm like, why is this acting so awful? And then I was paid attention, and I'm like, this is dubbed in English. It's some Dutch movie. And oh man, Liam did not want to turn it off, so we definitely watched the entire thing. That's what led me to, I was trying to find The Borrowers. That's what led me to that. Now I'm burnishing with red.
I don't think there's
that
anything
cranberry
worse.
color.
I don't think there's anything worse than a dubbed foreign movie. A dubbed in English foreign movie. Like, animation is fine, but like when it's a movie, it just doesn't fit. You know?
It was pretty rough. I'm gonna go over this with the Tuscan red real quick, just in the creases.
So your mom says, yes, in the Olympics back in the day, African America, very good movie.
What?
She's talking about Race.
Oh, okay.
Which back in the day are we talking about? Which Olympics? Is
'Kay.
it the 70?
Now I'm gonna do macarons. I'm going to do one lavender. And I'm sorry, you could just use white, and this is Parma Violet. But I'm also going to use this cute lavender. And this one I am going to start with my darker valued color and then burnish with a lighter.
101 Dalmatians for Liam. Ugh. I think we tried that. But this is why he doesn't like dogs.
You think so?
I think so. Because you know how like rowdy those Dalmatians are?
Yeah.
They're awful. You know, I want to start them off on True Lies.
What?
Yeah. Or
True
Total
Lies.
Recall. Yeah.
You told me you didn't like True Lies.
Me?
Yeah, you don't
I
like.
love True Lies.
You don't like Jamie Lee Curtis.
I don't like Jamie Lee Curtis, but I love True Lies.
Now I'm burnishing with the white.
Did I tell you about the sequel that I wanted to make for it?
No.
Lies That Are True. Yeah.
A little lavender there. I think the next macaron will be pink. Hope that's okay with you guys. Is my hand in the way?
So 1936, I see. Way back in the day.
Whoa.
That's like before my great-grandpa was alive. I wonder how much of that history is really accurate, because there's nobody really alive to tell, you know, the tale. Somebody could just make it up. I could make up something from like 1901, you know, and say, oh, this is
Need
nonfiction.
some white.
Sorry.
How many of you guys are ready for children to go back to school? Freaking out? Not really liking the school supplies in the departments yet. I'd rather see Christmas stuff, I think. Don't know if you guys care. some pink. My flowers are going to be red. I'm going to do that cranberry color again. I like that.
They're all talking about movies now. They don't
Yeah,
really
that's
care
fine.
about this.
That's fine. I'm just making sure they're good with movies.
Your mom has completely commandeered the chat for movies.
Tiffany, I don't know if you remember this movie, but we were at Holly and Kaylee's for their birthday. And they watched some Hallmark movie, and there was a hockey player, and there was a murder. That's all I remember. And it was pretty good. Maybe it was just good because I was in 8th grade. But I really liked it. Do you know what it's called?
Oh.
Also...
Was that Marky Mark in it?
No. It was Hallmark movie. It was like,
oh.
you know, the look-alike from Marky Mark movie. You know, those types of movies.
Okay.
Anyway...
She says a hockey player and a murderer?
Yeah, that's all I remember. Also, like I should have written down all the movies because I went 10 years. It took me till meeting Dima before I found Count of Monte Cristo. We also watched that while we were at their house.
Such a good movie.
Oh my gosh, I was like, whoa! I watched this 10 years ago. I love this movie.
Remember that one with the one that I was looking for a long time, and I finally found it, and we watched it, and it was like...
No.
You don't remember that one?
No.
It was like The Doll or something, or...
I don't remember that.
It was the guy from Dexter. Remember?
So this is the Tuscan red, and I'm going to go over it with the dark red. Or just regular red, I guess. Burnish it.
Again, you know, I heard something about that they made a series out of that and into an anime, and I think is it on Crunchyroll or any of the streamable? You know, I'll probably just find it online. I'm really good at that. Gankutsuo. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think I got it though. Gankutsuo.
I'm going to use dark green, light green for the leaves, and then I'll move on to the ice cream. I'm going to go with probably mint chocolate chip for the ice cream. Hope you guys are cool with that. Let's see, what else? I haven't found a series right now that I'm really...
We're still waiting on...
Yeah. Oh, we were thinking about that. We watched The Colony. Have you guys seen The Colony? Or Colonies? We watched that last year, and by the last year I mean probably January of this year. Really awesome. What else did we see? Travelers.
I think that The Colony is better than The Handmaid's Tale.
He liked Colonies better than Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Did you just like the plot, or what?
I think I just like the setting a little more, because it's more mysterious.
Okay. That is true.
Because we're still not sure what's going on and who's in charge and what, you know. Whereas The Handmaid's Tale is like, okay, it's horrible, yes, we get it, you know. I think the whole premise was kind of understood by episode 4.
Yeah. So since I have a highlight right here, I'm going to go ahead and block it in with the white. So Tiffany, what image have you started drawing in your coloring book? I know you were drawing in volume 1. Have you started coloring in volume 2 yet? Or any of you, Sarah, I know you, Carly, any of you guys start coloring in volume 2 yet? It's okay if the answer is no.
I am waiting for an answer.
Promise it's not a trick. It's okay if the answer is no.
Tiffany decided I'm coloring the unicorn girl with popsicles in her hair.
Awesome. I can't wait to see how she turns out. You'll have to post her. You know what? For the chocolate sauce, I'm going to do black and dark brown. I'm going to start with black.
And Sarah has not yet. She's waiting for her girls to get back on Wednesday.
That's really sweet. And I would love to see what they post. I really am considering, would you guys like to do a coloring contest? You would get to post any image from either, or any drawing from either of the coloring books. And we'd have a prize. And the prize wouldn't be like a coupon to Dunkin' Donuts. Like, it'd be something legit from us. Like a, I don't know, postcard pack or stickers, or might be what we have coming up, which is super exciting. But I won't.
Well, what about that waffle place?
Waffles and whatnot?
No.
What? What are you talking about? Now I'm going over with dark brown.
It's in that one mall area across from Pancakes, the house, Pancake House. What is it?
IHOP?
IHOP.
No, I'm talking about something that relates to what we do. Like, it would be something art related.
Oh.
Is anyone interested in that?
You don't want to give food to IHOP?
What?
You don't want to give anything to IHOP? I mean, like...
I would rather win something like... And now I'm going with the dark, or the burnt sienna. Now we're going to do mint chocolate chip ice cream. And so I'm going to have...
Carly finished the Coral Mermaid Girl.
Ooh, Carly, you need to post that. I want to see that.
Tag us in it.
Yeah. This is going to be mint chocolate, and then I think I'll do...
I can see that, yeah.
I'm trying to think what I'll do there. What's a good flavor that exists? I don't know.
Bacon?
So, I told you guys before, like, we try to be super healthy. I'm going to do little chunks of chocolate first. No. I made a chocolate zucchini cake. Gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free. Man, you guys, anytime I do that, I eat over half the cake. I made a really healthy banana bread. I ate all of it, except for a slice.
When did you make that?
That was when you're still doing the Whole30.
Okay.
Really strict.
Tiffany says strawberry.
Oh, good idea. Oh, and I'll do little red chunks. Good idea. Okay, so I'm just doing little chunks of chips. Anyway, I don't even realize I'm eating all, and I guess it's okay because it's healthy, but I didn't even realize how much of it I ate. Are you guys really into food trucks or anything? Where do you guys go out to eat? We have some food trucks we try and support during the summer months. So I'm going to use this for my mint ice cream. It's called True Green, but it already looks minty. I'm going to use a darkish green just in the creases. And the ice cream brand I actually consume is Coconut Bliss because it's with coconut milk and agave. And so I don't feel like I'm going too far from the Whole30 because it's still refined sugar-free.
Okay, I'll be right back and I'll read comments. I gotta do a quick post.
But yeah, our favorite food trucks out in the valley are JR Smokin' Chicken. I actually work with the owner's wife. He makes really great chicken and fried steak fingers. And then Firelight Inc. We tried them for the very first time a couple weeks ago, and they are amazing. And they can make gluten-free food. You could do vegan food. So we did dairy-free. It was taco tots. It was amazing. And I like two cute patches. They're really awesome. In fact, she, the owner, was the very first person to purchase Volume 2. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I went on with the dark green. Again, I'm scumbling for the ice cream because I want that texture where you've kind of like scooped ice cream. It's a little, I don't know what the texture, what you would call it. But it's not completely smooth. Man, I promise we're great parents. We spend 99% of our life devoted to Liam, and he's like attached to our hip at all times. But whenever we do our live video, he's kind of doing his own thing, and he gets really bored without us because this is, I think we're 3 for 3 where he falls asleep.
Yeah.
And the very first video I did was only 10 minutes long when I announced, I think, our stickers or something. And he was playing with his cool blocks in the background.
Did he fall asleep then?
No. It's something, I think it's about both of us being, like, preoccupied. He's a cool kid.
I'm going to zoom in on top there because it's not
Yeah, I want you guys to see it. And I'm sorry if I understand, like, I don't even know how long I'm taking. I understand if you guys can't watch the whole thing. And Dima, again, we're gonna leave this up on our Facebook page. And then he has it on a YouTube channel now and Twitch. And if you joined in late, so I'm gonna go over it with white. If you joined in late, we also have our Facebook page, our Facebook shop up and running, so you can buy our coloring book now, our stickers, or our postcards. We don't have our originals up there. With winter markets coming up, and I know a lot of people don't like thoughts of Christmas coming yet because it's only July. But when it comes to making art for Christmas, Thanksgiving season, I definitely have to start thinking about it, and so I'm gonna start kind of stashing up and building a bit of work to show. Okay, so now I have the white over the top of that. I'm just gonna touch it up with green, and then I'll do strawberry ice cream down below.
Here's Carly's colors.
Carly, that looks awesome. That's super cool. I love all the warm colors and the hair. That's awesome. Thank you for posting that. That's amazing. I think what we'll do is we'll ask you guys, we'll put an announcement, we'll ask you guys to post or just send us an image of the one you want to send in for to be voted on for the coloring contest, and we'll post them all to our page in an album so people can vote. Yeah, see? Another thing I don't like about this. I got a piece stuck and I'm going to take it apart just to use it. So far, I would not highly recommend that. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Or 2.
Is that like their own?
Yeah, it's a Prismacolor one. Do strawberry chunks. So I have quite a few friends that are, you know, parents, and I'm going to go in with red and kind of burnish in the creases just like I did with the mint. And I've had friends that are teachers, and a big question I get, or maybe not even a question, a lot of people seem to, once they have a routine established, they really have a hard time fitting in art or school or anything additional into their schedule. And I was thinking about that today, because whenever Liam was just a few months old, I'm going to go in with pink and then white. When Liam was a few months old, I started my second master's program while teaching full-time. And that was a lot, but I knew I had to do it in order to like maintain a teaching position and ensure that I was able to be hired the following year. And it's something that I had to do, and so I made sure there was time for it. And if you've read the brief bio in the front of our coloring book, you'll notice that that's kind of how I was treating art. I wasn't really giving it time, and so I just committed that I would take the time to create art. And so Liam, some people may, you know, have a hard time fitting in art or anything in additional whenever you're a parent. And Liam really likes art. And so I actually, whenever I bought the Prismacolor pack this past week, it came with a coloring book, and we give him sketchbooks and notebooks, and it's still really calming, but he usually sits right next to me, and he'll draw us as a family or a cat, I don't know. It keeps him busy. So I think if you, I don't know, make time, just try to fit it in, and you can really make it work to draw or bake, I don't know, whatever your passion is. And I was just thinking about that. Liam's really, I know we're really, really blessed to have a cool kid like him. He kind of lets us do what we want, or tags along while we're doing it, but I don't know, even cooking. He hates onions and he doesn't like zucchini, but he will totally help me cook. And I'll be like, I'm not eating that, it has onions, but he'll still like hold the onion or, you know, put it in. He's really great like that. So I guess that's my little thing, is try to make time for yourself. And I know it can be hard, but once you start like just dedicating a certain amount of time to yourself, I think it totally pays off. And it's worth the while, even if you have a family. And it might just be a matter of finding something for your kid to do while you do it. It may be similar. Like moon sand usually, man, that kept Liam busy for probably 80 hours a summer. Like he didn't want to go anywhere without that moon sand. Like, Grandma has moon sand too, I promise. It's okay. Now I'm going to do the comb.
There's moon sand everywhere now. It's in the carpet.
It's mostly Play-Doh that dried up, and then he started breaking.
Like
so in the crevices, or I don't know, triangle, diamond shapes, that's going to be a little bit darker. I'm going to do the sienna brown. And then the other waffle part, I should have just called it a waffle. The upper parts of the waffle, the little line, grid lines, that's going to be more of the goldenrod.
So Brittany says, so she's been using the Caran d'Ache Prismalo colored pencils. How do they differ from Prismacolor? I think those are just French versions of Prismacolor.
What is it?
Caran d'Ache, Caran d'Ache Prismalo. Caran d'Ache is Russian for pencil.
Oh.
So that's kind of funny. Caran d'Ache.
I will have to look that up, Brittany.
Prismalo.
But I will tell you there are...
It's Italian.
So I don't know if you guys can see this. So the Prismacolors I'm talking about, Prismacolor makes a ton of different Prismacolors. So this is the Prismacolor Premier. Okay, this is the artist grid, even though they have like kids art on it. This is Prismacolor Premier, and this is the artist grade. They have Prismacolor Scholar, and with those, you'll draw with them. You would totally notice a slight difference. They're a little bit harder. They have a harder, pigment. There's like Vermeer or something like that. There's different grades, and some of them are harder on. They're harder pigment on purpose because you can get a sharper detail without breaking it, but I choose to use the Prismacolor Premier because I really like the quality regardless of the level of detail I'm doing. That's a great question, but I will look that up. I am not positive on that one.
Are they an oil-based, Brittany? Do they have oil in it, or are they just...
Do you have it nearby? Could you snap a photo? Maybe send it to me? I can probably give you a better answer. Also, I always tell my students this, and I forgot to tell you guys this until I was in one of our groups and I was reading.
Camilla uses both.
Oh, Camilla uses something really awesome. Camilla uses a different brand, and hers they're more expensive than Prismacolors, and they're super buttery. I just know, like, you'd have to, they're not readily available as much as Prismacolors. So they are superior. They're really, really awesome. They're an artist grade.
So if she uses both...
I think you can still blend them easily.
Which both are you talking about, Camilla? You use Prismacolor and Prismalo, or Caran d'Ache?
I know Camilla's came in a really nice wooden box set, and I sampled them. They're really, really great. They are more expensive than Prismacolors. But what I meant to mention to you guys is Prismacolors They are in, you can get woodless pencils. In fact, we have some, and they're pretty nice. Great coverage. But the pigment is in the pencil because that wood is protecting it. If you've ever went to sharpen a pencil and it's like, man, this pencil stinks, it's broken. It probably is on the inside. You have to treat these carefully. Don't go dropping them or, knocking them, because it's going to break inside of that pencil. And so it will have that that problem wherever you keep
sharpening it.
And it actually is broken on the inside. And I tell my students that because a lot of people just don't realize that. Like, yeah, it actually is broken inside. It's probably dropped.
If you drop a graphite pencil, guaranteed that it's just ruined.
It's going to have that as well, yeah. Now I'm going to go over it with that goldenrod, pressing darker inside of those.
I wonder if I have an all graphite pencil around here.
Yeah, those are great too. And I told several people, either in person or in messages, let us know what you want to learn, because I would love to do a portrait. What you don't know is this is one style I have. This tends to be my watercolor style. I can draw photorealistically. In fact, we'll have to post some. I can totally do a portrait unit for you guys if you want to learn how to draw faces better. I think that's one of the most challenging things to draw, and people tend to avoid it. And I would love to spend a good hour and a half, 2 hours showing you guys how to draw. So what I'm going to do now is a little bit different. Because all of the darker areas are now shaded in and burnished, I'm going to treat this like a cone, because it is one, and I'm going to press darker on the edges and then gradually get lighter and do that on both ends. That way it kind of looks rounded. Do that again with my darker brown, pressing harder, gradually getting lighter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the white and blend in those little waffle areas. And the reason I'm starting from the top is once I got to the hair, I knew it wouldn't be as exciting, and so I wanted to color all the cute little things first for you guys. Whenever I'm drawing something, I tend to start from the top and work my way down. If you guys have ever walked away with a graphite hand on the side, that's because you're dragging as you work. So if you are right-handed, it's best to work like top down or left to right, and if you're left-handed, working right to left to limit that smear.
So Camilla uses Caran-d'Ache Supracolor.
Okay, those are really, really awesome.
Supracolor soft.
Brittany, if you have those, they're super awesome. In fact, I think they're like mixed media. Like she said, they're water soluble, so they also work as a watercolor pencil. And now, because this waffle is below the other, I'm just darkening that a tad. So now we're going to do this little guy. Some of these sweets I just made up, or I was watching videos of food. So here I'm going to have like a whipped cream. What I'm going to use, this one is cream, and it reminds me of the inside of a banana or butter. One, two, I'm going to use
butter.
Banana butter. There we go. Use that and maybe a touch of this brown. So this will be like the creamy bits, and I'm just barely using this brown. And then I'll burnish with the cream colored. If you don't have the cream colored, using yellow very lightly and then white would totally work. And next week, like I said, if my Jelly Roll pens arrive, I'll do a quick demo with those. I know some people prefer, in fact, Kasia, Dima's sister, she prefers to use gel pens whenever she's working with coloring books. I can show you guys some really cool coloring book techniques with that, perhaps, if you guys prefer gel pens. But I don't typically use them. I really like colored pencils. Okay, so there's the cream color, and then I'm going to burnish even harder with that white.
So I did set up a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel as well. So in case, I don't know, if somebody's used to Twitch or if somebody's used to YouTube over Facebook Live, you know, everything is going to be archived anyways on every channel, you know, and you know, it depends on you really, but we're trying to, I don't know, how would I say it, just get a good reach, I guess.
Yeah, we want a good reach. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone that did view this last week. We were blown away. We've never had anything, we had this viewed 1,370 times. And so we want to keep making this available for you guys. We had some great feedback, and that's why we want to know if there's anything you guys want to see in particular. We really appreciated all the comments. Some people really they just said it looked soothing or it gave them confidence. We want to keep providing a service to you. This is fun. This is my two passions in life, outside of my family and everything, just touch all bases. I really like teaching and I love art. Those are my two greatest passions, and so I want to be able to offer things to, you know, really everyone. This isn't meant to be a secret. It's meant to, we offer a really cool coloring book, I think. We want to be able to help you guys use it, and yeah. Okay, so now with this, I'm going to alternate between two dark browns and then my lighter brown. I think Liam's awake.
Is he?
I think so.
Is he
Unless we
running
have
around?
I just hear bowls. He was eating, he was watching Incredibles while eating bunnies, and not live bunnies. He loves Annie's. I don't know if you guys know that brand. Like Annie's mac and cheese. And then Annie's has a bunch of bunnies, like chocolate chip bunnies and honey bunnies. So I got him that and a Lunchable. And then seltzer water. That's what he was munching on before we started. There's my dark brown. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to burnish with that sienna brown.
I think he's just bored. He's laying there bored. Because I turned off the movie because he's sleeping.
Yeah, we don't have a mansion or anything. He's not like on our third floor. He's just in the other room.
I don't think we'd ever need a mansion.
No, we really don't. Too much to clean. Okay, and then in the other gaps, I'm going to do our burnt sienna and the goldenrod again. And what color would you guys like this bow? And the original, I did mint. As long as you guys don't say brown, I think I can work with it. So I went over it with the burnt sienna, and then I'm going to burnish with
blue.
Blue, alright.
Got 2 for blue.
Nice. Blue it is.
For which? For what? The headband?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ribbon. Excellent. I need to do this with originals, that way we're working and I'm like, yeah, here you go. This one will be available at the market.
Oh, there's our little kiddo.
Hey, buddy.
What's wrong?
He's emotional.
Oh, he's emotional right now. What's wrong? What's the matter?
Now I'm going to do the cherry.
Do you want me to hold you? What? You just wake up? You want to sit on my lap? No? What? You want to play Minecraft? You can go play Minecraft.
I'm burnishing with the red, and again I'm going to do that highlight, that way I don't cover it up.
You're going to hear some Minecraft music in the background, possibly. That's going to be great.
What's your guys' least favorite fad? I would like to know that.
Yeah. Like
Maybe it's a game. It could be a game like Minecraft. It could be like fidget spinners or Rubik's Cubes. Like, give us...
the fidget spinners.
And Carly, if you are still on, I'm sure you have... Well, you have high schoolers. I don't know what is popular amongst high schoolers.
Oh, bottle flipping is
yeah,
the
that's
worst.
pretty bad.
That was
guys,
absolutely the worst.
That's pretty awful, you guys. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I'm going to do whipped cream and then chocolate sauce. And then we'll get going on the ribbons here soon.
Fidget spinners, yeah, ew. I agree. Songs without choruses.
Who said that?
Tiffany. Songs without choruses. So Carly says spinners are still big in high school, surprisingly.
Oh.
I don't understand why. Why don't they just get a tire? You know, or, I don't know, like, you know those spinning rims that they used to have?
Yeah.
Just get one of those.
They can't afford one.
Shopkins. I don't know what
Shopkins. Who said that?
Anastasia.
Nastia? Aww. Is Camilla in those still? They are adorable. Shopkins are like tiny little toys. They're tiny little pets.
Tiny little pets?
Yeah, they're cute. They're tiny. So if you guys don't know, I teach 6th through 12th grade, and so Carly, thank you for your input, because I don't know. I don't know what's solely a high school thing or a middle school thing, because I feel like our high schoolers, not all of them are, I don't know. There's that just, yeah, gap. Just kind of runs together.
Hey Liam, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit.
Bottle flipping annoyed me. That was pretty awful. It's my least favorite thing ever. I'm going to get to do the chocolate sauce again. I'm going to try. You guys, some of these lines are difficult to understand upside down. You know what I should do? I should just have another one. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open a new one.
So
Hi, Camilla.
Do
you have...
Camilla, you don't like Shopkins anymore?
Weren't you obsessed with them? I remember you had like a huge collection.
I had a couple of students that were obsessed with their cell phones. They had a hopeless addiction. It was awful. And they would always be on either Instagram or YouTube.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of selfies, man. Tell you what. Because I thought they were drawing. I'd look over like, oh, there you go. I'm on someone's Snapchat.
Yeah.
However,
Snapchat was awful.
what you guys, most of you probably don't know, is Dima, he subs at my school. In fact, he subbed for nearly a year at my school next door to me. And I was in charge of Spirit Week at the start of the school year. And we had a senior citizen day. That was the best Spirit Day ever. We dressed like old people. I passed out butterscotch. No one knew who Dima was. He just thought, everyone thought he was a creepy old man. Even the teachers didn't ask me until we were at a staff meeting.
They were trying to introduce themselves to me, and I was like, Scott, you know who I am, man. Larry, come on. You know? He's like, oh my god, it's you.
Dima had like super creepy 70-year-old glasses with, you know,
they were like
10 shades darker.
Too.
Oh man.
They were...
It was the best. Anyway, we were on so many Snapchat stories that day. I felt like that was kind of a little badge of something. It was awesome.
Littlest Pet Shop.
Littlest Pet Shop. Okay.
That's what she...
Okay.
That's what she was into. Yeah, random Snapchats are the worst. I didn't like when students approached me with their cell phones and they were like, Mr. Mosey, you got to check this out. And then they would shove their phone in front of my face. I hated that. I wanted to slap their phones out of their hands, you know. Like, don't show me stuff, man. I don't want to see any of that garbage. You know, because I can't control what they show me, you know. I don't want to... I mean, I can essentially just not accept that. But that was my pet peeve. I told them not to do that to me, is never approach me with a cell phone showing me stuff, you know.
Okay, what color should the cupcake wrapper be if this is going to be blue? Let me know. I don't know what this one is going to be. I'm going to make this like chocolate, and then creamy.
Yellow.
All right, yellow it is. You guys are great. I think I need some people just sitting next to me while I paint my backgrounds.
Did
Like,
you give
what kind of background should we-
Camilla a mouse?
I don't know. Did she ask that?
She says the mouse you gave me is my favorite.
Maybe.
Maybe it's...
Maybe for a birthday?
Maybe they're both chatting to each other through one account. I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Dima is my eyes right now and ears. He took my phone away from me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It had to be done.
I'm just telling them. Chocolate cake.
You coloring, the microphone is picking up the coloring sound and it sounds like a spinner.
Oh no. I like the sound of coloring. Also, I'm scumbling for this, you guys.
I do like the sound. It's very nice. I'm glad it's picking it up.
I don't like the sound of scratchboard. That's not a scratchboard like the metal on clay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You guys would, I wouldn't have 0 viewers.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's pretty bad. Okay, so now I'm going to do like this creamy, fluffy buttercream, I guess, with sienna, and then my cream again. So just in the folds, I'm going to do the brown. That's where it's going to be darker.
I always worry about having music in the background because it could get flagged, you know?
Oh yeah.
Copyright, yeah. It's not my favorite.
Liam's music.
Yeah. I don't think it'll happen, but...
I think so. Do you guys listen to music while you work? Kind of like that. In my classroom, I put Pandora on, and I'm really specific, like, anytime I put Pandora on and it's a country station, I tell my students sorry, because there's always one that's just an inappropriate song pretty soon after I put Pandora on. And so, I don't know, I usually put like Monsters and Men radio or Paper Kites, something really just mellow. Pretty sure students think like everything we listen to is my music, but it's whatever Pandora plays. So usually when I'm working, I'm not actually listening to music. That's why I ask about shows. That's what I usually listen to.
You want to watch Mommy draw on the screen?
Now I'm going over it with white.
Carly says she always does Vitamin String Quartet, popular songs, no words,
Oh, I like
and the
that.
kids love guessing them.
That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to have to do that.
Nastia loves Monsters and Men. Aren't they, they're Norwegian or Greenland? Sweden? No, not
I want to say,
Iceland?
I'm going
No,
to say Iceland or...
I don't remember. It's one of those...
Because they were
divorced-
in, I will tell you, Dima and I saw Secret Life of Walter Mitty
yeah,
on
in
theaters.
theaters.
On our anniversary, and that was I want to say Liam wasn't very old. It was a really good life movie. Like, I loved the visuals, and then I bought the soundtrack. I seldom buy a soundtrack to a movie.
Yeah.
I just don't do it. I love the soundtrack, and so I really got into Monsters and Men after that. Yellow was a good choice. I like that.
My favorite song
So
on
I'm
that
going
whole
with the
soundtrack
orange.
is Lake Michigan.
Yeah. And who sings that? Do you even know?
No, I forgot. There's a million bands in my head. Nastia's favorite movie? Or
It's a good movie.
Camilla's favorite movie is Walter Mitty.
Wow. That's impressive. I knew she was mature. A lot of students don't like that. And I said, you guys will, I think you'll learn to appreciate it when you're older. I think it's a good life movie.
See, Liam, the camera is recording what she's doing there and then it's posting it online. Cool, huh?
I'm going over it with the brighter yellow. Has anyone seen, is it 24 meters down, 24 feet down? I don't know, 2400? It's in theaters. Have you guys seen that movie about someone being trapped, I think, in a shark cage or something? Dima and I very rarely go to the theaters, and I wanted to go, but I can't choose which movie. And I kind of wanted to see that movie, but it wasn't until like 8 o'clock at night. And, we don't go out that late. Sorry, I'm going over this with the cream near the top.
Yvonne says, yes, very good movie.
Okay, that's good to know, because I really want to see that. We usually don't see movies until they've come out on like PlayStation Network. I like suspenseful movies. If you have not seen No Escape, oh my gosh. I was like, Dima, you have to sit next to me because I need something to hold on to. It was really intense.
It's a very stressful movie.
It's so stressful. I highly recommend it. Unless you struggle with anxiety. Which I do. I don't know. Maybe don't watch it alone. Tiffany, did you have... Now I can't remember his name. He was our favorite. Mr. Hawkins. In 8th grade. He told us to watch scary movies naked. And alone. Because he's like, you're not going to leave. You're going to be even more vulnerable. That's what he told us. I don't know if that's a good thing to tell your 8th grade students.
Liam just said that you need to be quiet. Because he's tired.
Oh. Okay.
He's like, yes, be quiet. Yes.
Liam. Alexander.
Mom's talking to people right now. She's talking to people,
I
yeah.
have to.
She can't talk to people? Grandpa Hawkins.
He was awesome. He was a good-looking old man. Like, he was
Bethany
quite old.
says, love your work, all of it.
Thank you, Bethany. Thank you for tuning
There were
in.
2 Mr. Hawkins. One was history teacher, one was science.
Science. White hair. Lived in Hawaii during the summers. Had the Friday song that I still remember.
Don't sing it.
I won't. I won't do that. If Tiffany was here, I would. We'd break out in song. Barry Manilow?
Please no.
I'm not going to.
I only like one song by that guy ever.
Barry Manilow?
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm gonna do this one
Kind
mint
of
green.
reminds me of, who's the guy, the Cat in the Hat guy? Who's that guy? Martin Short? No.
Oh, you're talking, okay, Cat in the Hat on
PBS.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's
that's
the-
Martin Short.
Martin Short. He kind of looks like
And
that.
white.
So I always think of Martin Short whenever I think of Barry Manilow.
What?
Yeah. No, it's not unusual. That's not the song I like. It's nothing that anybody's like heard on radio or played a lot. It's I don't even remember the song name. I have to look it up. I have to look for it. I'm talking to everybody too. Do you want to talk to people? No? No, Christelle. You're sleepy? Well, let's go put you down in bed.
I'm doing green, and then we will do blue for the bow. And then if you guys stay tuned, I won't do the entire background, but I wanted to show you what you can do. I think a lot of people kind of leave this white, or maybe you don't know how to finish the background. I will show you what I do with an original, so you can kind of get started on a background or set up background ideas. Right, let's do blue. So for the blue, I'm going to use my True Blue, which is a light blue. I'm going to use the light blue, and I'll use some of this indigo for the dark areas. And then I'll use white for highlights as well. So just in the creases, I'm going to start doing that indigo.
Bethany asked if you're using Prismacolors. Yes.
Yes, I am.
Is.
Prismacolor Premier. My favorites.
You know what? Here's what I'll do.
Oh, that's a good idea. And I know you guys are tuning in right now, but for people tuning in later, I know a lot of people commented after we posted our video last week, and then they asked questions then, and I think they thought we were still live. So we will get around to, I think I responded to almost everyone except for the gel pen question. So I'm responding now to that. If you were curious about gel pens, I told you earlier at the start of the video, Sakura Jelly Roll pens are my go-to for gel pens, even though I don't typically use them in drawings, but I ordered a whole stash so I can show you guys maybe some ways how to, if you like gel pens, some ways to use them and utilize them in your drawing. So now I'm going to use this True Blue. I'm going to burnish towards the edge, gradually get lighter. Edge.
Bethany asks what color or what paper do you prefer?
So this paper in our actual coloring book, this is our coloring book, and if you just joined us, we have our Cozy Mosey Book of Darlings. This is volume 2. We have 2 different coloring books. Our volume 1 came out last year. It is $16. It's on our Facebook shop. This one is also $16 and it has 32 original drawings in it. And we chose the thickest paper that we could use. This one is a hot press that would still, I think, build up layers. As you can see, I'm building up quite a few layers in here, but they would still be able to be bound. And so that's what I'm using right now because it's our coloring book. For all of our original drawings that kind of turned into these, I just used a Strathmore sketchbook, a nice sketchbook. And then last week I showed, if you went to the vintage market, all of my original colored pencil pieces that were for sale. I used, this one is Big Black Bee, but I used, it's B Company, and it's called Bogus paper, and it's a natural recycled paper, and that's what I've been using for artwork that I've been selling, just because I really like, how rough it is, and I like the natural colored background, because then you don't have to add too much of a background, and I think it still looks finished. I used to only use Bristol Smooth. That's what I was really into using in high school, in my first few semesters of college. But this one is more of a cold or a hot press. Our first coloring book, our first volume, was more of a cold press. It was a little bit rougher, but I haven't noticed a difference in quality. I think they're both really good quality.
Hot press, but hot press. So the difference between hot and cold is hot press is a smooth paper, and it blends really well, and cold press is really rough. It's really toothy. So the downside of hot press, though, is if you're doing graphite work and you accidentally run your hand along it, you'll get a nice streak, a nice smudge from your hand. And also hot press tends to absorb your oils from your hands a lot quicker, and it's kind of a permanent stain on your drawings if you're doing that. I mean, oil from your hands will come off anyways on cold or hot, but it's just more obvious on hot press. It's like putting like a greasy chicken on your paper. You know, you could always see that grease. So there's cons and pros, of course. On cold press, you can't really blend as well because of that toothy grain, and there's always stylistic choices as well, like what Cristal is doing by with scumbling. That really isn't possible on cold press. Not as detailed and not as smooth.
I ordered something called, I ordered some vellum paper to show you guys as well with the gel pen. So I'll do kind of a demo I think next week we're going to try for a Watercolor Wednesday and a Color Therapy Thursday. Let us know what you guys think about that. But we'll definitely have a video at least once next week. And the vellum paper, it is really, really slick, and it's semi-translucent, and it holds up it's really soft and velvety with colored pencils. So I'm going to show that to you guys next week if it arrives in time. If not, we'll save it for later. Like we said, we really want to commit. If you guys appreciate these videos, we want to commit to offering that to you. And we aren't sponsored by anyone, so with our Prismacolors, that's something that I prefer to use. I promise they don't pay us to tell you that. That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I wouldn't be able to keep that a secret. I'd be like, guys, they're paying me. It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty great.
But
they're not. So.
They're not. I'm paying them to use them. So what I'm going to do, I showed you guys this last week, is we're going to do a gradient with our ribbon. And so I'm going to start dark, pressing really, really hard, and gradually get lighter. And then where this ribbon overlaps, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with my...
Nastia is using sketching on bogus paper. Well, I think
awesome.
It's Camilla.
Yeah, it's Camilla. She showed me. She did awesome. And Camilla, how are you liking using it? Do you notice a difference? I liked the contrast of the image I saw. And Carly, if you're still with us, my sketchbook circle journal, that's what I had, was the bogus paper. I don't know how you liked that when you used my sketchbook, if you liked that or not.
And even though it says rough sketchbook, it's still kind of a hot press. It's not as rough as it could be. It's still smooth and blends well.
It definitely takes more build, and so that's what I would say the difference between cold press. Cold press, you kind of sometimes it requires those different layers. Hot press, I don't think you need as many layers, I guess, to build up.
I don't know which one's easier to dent with a sharp pencil either. I think you could do. I think that dents or grooves are more noticeable on hot press, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you have a really sharp pencil and you're trying to get a line in. Carly says she loves it, but the colored pencils I was using were horrible, so you almost can't see them.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The colored pencil totally make a difference.
Camilla says she loves it. Very fun to color on.
Awesome.
So this is a good stopping point for our YouTube and Twitch viewers. You guys can tune in more. We're gonna have more more often. We're gonna try to shoot for once a week, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys for now. Facebook, you guys are
don't leave.
Strong.
Don't leave.
We're not,
unless you want to.
We're not cutting out. So.
What I love about these is you guys. I'm totally wearing leggings right now, but you wouldn't know that. And that's a great thing. I don't care what you guys are wearing. You could be sitting there in your underwear, drinking loads of hot chocolate. And it's totally cool. We're still having a conversation.
So
I'm just
hopefully
sipping my
you guys
tea.